The Indiana Fever go big for Media Day, Dominique Malonga still hasn't reported to Seattle for training camp, and the Aces and Mystics lose key players to injury. Here are all of your WNBA preseason updates. What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. Today is going to be a bit of an update video because there's a lot of news coming out of these WNBA training camps, and WNBA preseason officially starts tomorrow. And as I've told you guys before, I am traveling to Indiana this weekend for their first preseason game against the Washington Mystics. So make sure that you guys subscribe and stay tuned because I will have a vlog from that game next week and also some updates for you, as I will get to see this brand new Indiana Fever team play in person for the very first time. So I'm super excited for that. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. But we have a lot to go over today, so let's jump right in. Firstly, let's start off with the Indiana Fever's Media Day because they went all out. They had actors coming in, they were shooting different scenes. They lowered the Jumbotron in the arena like down to the floor and made that a backdrop for one of their photos. All of the clips and social media clips and photos and videos that I was seeing coming out of Media Day just seemed so fun. All of the ladies looked great. And I also saw this tweet from Briana Turner. She said, "I mean this with the utmost respect to other teams and leagues, but there are probably very few pro organizations that handle Media Day like the Indiana Fever. Professionalism, creativity, and attention to detail are top tier. Big shout out to all involved in the planning and production." And we talked about that even in our last video about the little commercial and the Now You Know campaign. It seems like this season the Indiana Fever is trying to go above and beyond with literally everything that they do, and they started it off with Media Day. Now, one thing that I did notice from Media Day is that there was one significant player, and that was Demiris Dantas. There were no photos of her, she didn't do any videos, and all of the internet sleuths were trying to find her in the behind the scenes video, and she clearly was not there. Now, I just saw a tweet this morning from Scott Agnes, who has been covering the Indiana Fever, and we've reacted to some of his footage. He's doing a fantastic job, but he put out a video today and he said day 4 of the Fever camp, Demiris Dantas, personal reasons, is not here. So we do not know what's going on with her. Hopefully everything's okay. Coach Stephanie White said just a few days ago that everyone on the team is healthy. So I don't think it has to do with injury, but we do not know. I don't want to speculate. I'll just say that I hope all is well, and hopefully we will see her playing this weekend in their preseason games. One other clip that I wanted to talk about because it was going quite viral and I thought it was pretty funny. It was when Caitlin Clark was asked about what a successful Indiana Fever team looks like to her, and here's what she had to say.
Have you guys been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
What does success then look like? I mean,
a championship.
She just said a championship, and kept it moving. So the Fever said they wanted to win. They wanted to win now. They are on a mission. It's championship or bust for this team. I've told you guys my rankings of this team. I have the Indiana Fever in my power rankings as the second ranked team. I think that is how they will end this season. It might take them a little bit of time in the beginning to get their chemistry, to find their identity for this new team, but I do have high hopes for this team, and it seems like Caitlin does as well. So let's move on and talk about the number 2 pick in the WNBA draft, Dominique Malonga. We had Dominique Malonga on the show pre-draft, and she was so excited to head into this WNBA season, but there have been reports that she is not yet in Seattle. Now, Dominique Malonga told me in the interview that I did with her that she was planning on getting drafted, being at the WNBA draft, and then returning to France and finishing out her French season in the French playoffs and being with the team that she started the season with, and then she would come back to the States to play for the WNBA season. Now, the reason why fans are worrying and speculating is because the French season and the French playoffs, those have ended, and Dominique still is not back in the States. But I saw this article and it said why Seattle rookie Dominique Malonga's training camp absence isn't a big deal. Every team across the league has open training camp, and while many players completed their first practice with teammates for the upcoming season, some were noticeably absent, including including Malonga. While that may seem like a reason to worry, Seattle head coach Noelle Quinn provided a small update that seems to indicate the Storm are on top of the situation. "We are in communication with her," Quinn said. "We'll get some updates this week." Why I am also not worried, because when I talked to Dominique, she was so excited about playing in the WNBA. Like, she did not indicate to me at all that she would not be playing this season, that she was just going to sign and stay over in France. I don't think that she would have done the interview with me where we talked about all things WNBA if she wasn't planning on playing. Now, since Malonga has less than 3 years of WNBA experience, she isn't subject to the WNBA's prioritization rule. So the prioritization rule requires players to prioritize the WNBA over international play. Any athlete with 3 years or more of WNBA experience must report to their team by the start of training camp or by May 1st, whichever is later, or risk being fined or suspended. So Malonga has not yet played in the WNBA, so she's not part of that prioritization rule. She also already signed her rookie contract. So again, all things are pointing to Dominique Malonga will be there in Seattle. It's just a matter of time, and I'm sure that we will get that update soon. Now let's move on to some news that I am not excited to report, and that was the news that just came out yesterday that Georgia Amoore injured her right ACL during Tuesday's Mystic practice, the team announced. She and the team will examine treatment and rehabilitation options. Georgia Amoore was the number 6 pick in the WNBA draft. She also came on Courtside Club while she was still at Kentucky. She's somebody that I'm a huge fan of, and I was really excited to see her play this weekend. Now, all the reports that I'm seeing is that it says that she injured her ACL. Now, is that a complete tear? Is that a rupture? Nobody has reported it in that way. It just says an ACL injury, but she is out indefinitely. And ACLs are a tough one to recover from. And so I'm just sending all my thoughts and prayers to Georgia. I hope she heals up quickly. Hopefully we will get more information on this injury and the severity of it. Now, with this news, it made me think about the timeline of these rookies and how they go straight from college to getting drafted and then straight into their WNBA season, where the physicality just kicks it up a notch. And Georgia is somebody who played so many minutes for Kentucky. She was on the floor every second of every game. Her team went into the NCAA tournament, and then she goes straight into training camp. There's just not that much time for recovery for these players, and it does put them in a situation where they might be more prone to injury because they don't have that time where they just get to recover and reset and get ready for their new season. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, there was a new update just today from the Washington Mystics that says that forward Aaliyah Edwards has been diagnosed with a low back contusion. She will be re-evaluated in 2 weeks. So I am not sure what is going on during this Washington Mystics training camp, but that's 2 of their key players, 2 of their young players that a lot of people are excited to see who are out with injury. And that's just such a tough blow for this team. And again, also wishing Aaliyah Edwards the speediest of recoveries. Now, that is not the only team that has struggled with injury during this training camp. From the Las Vegas Aces center Megan Gustafson will be sidelined indefinitely after sustaining a lower leg injury. Now, this was reported only a couple hours ago. Lower leg injury, we don't know what that could be. We don't know what that is yet, but she is sidelined indefinitely. And this is a new Las Vegas Aces team. They lost some pieces. They gained a piece like Jewel Lloyd, but now they are losing Megan Gustafson to injury. So we hate to see injuries. This is not how fans or how the WNBA wants to start off their season. So I'm hoping and fingers crossed and sending thoughts and prayers to all these players that they can stay healthy, get through training camp, and go into the season with fresh legs, with a fresh body, and be ready to play for the season. Now, hopefully, within the next couple years, the WNBA can start being profitable. These salaries for these players will start to go up so that a lot of these players don't have to play overseas, don't have to play all year round, and they can actually take a proper off season to rest their body, to recover, to get stronger, to do all of these things. Hopefully that will happen within the next few years, and we will see less and less injuries, especially this early in the season. Lastly, you guys, I wanted to give you a Paige Beckers update, and I was scrubbing the Dallas Wings social media account to see if I could find some scrimmage clips, different things of what Paige is doing. And honestly, I don't know if I'm just spoiled by the coverage that the Indiana Fever has been giving us and the conciseness, I don't even think that's a word, but how concise they are with their video footage that they give us from the practices. I haven't been able able to find anything great with Paige Beckers. I've seen some highlight clips here and there, but most of what I have seen with Paige is a lot of set shooting. I've also seen from some of the scrimmages that it seems like Paige Beckers will be playing point guard for the Dallas Wings. Of course, a lot of people are highly anticipating the Arike-Paige backcourt situation and how these two are going to pair up, if they are going to be that dynamic duo like Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell were last year. Arike is somebody who likes to have the ball in her hands. She is a high volume shooter and scorer for the Dallas Wings. How Paige fits into that mix, we will just have to see. I don't have Dallas making the playoffs this year. I don't think they have enough pieces. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a new coaching staff, all of the things. I'm not sure that they'll be able to get it together for playoffs. But from what I've seen from training camp, I don't know if that changes my mind. So I don't want to hold him to it. I know it is still like week 1 for this team to fully get together, but we will just have to see with the Dallas Wings, and they actually play tomorrow. So I will be tuned into that if I am not on a flight. And with that, those are my updates from WNBA preseason from these training camps. Of course, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and click that little subscribe button because we upload new videos every single week. And with that, you guys, I'll see you next time. Ooh, and